Welcome back. And in this lecture, what we are going to do is continue on creating the AI-assisted dating coach iOS app. And while we are building the threads or the conversation, we need to add the main user interface. And we're going to do this inside of Xcode. So first things first, I'm going to go in Xcode and make sure you have the AI Manager Dating app open. If not, make sure you get it from the source code at appsfresh.com. Again, in case you don't remember, it's appsfresh.com and you can find it there. All right. So in the view controller, you should be able to send an image of a conversation and get some replies back. So I'm going to run it inside of the simulator. I'm going to select a picture of a conversation or a thread, right? So let's go with this one. And as you can see, it says I'm looking for something real. And in the background, it's sending this to the backend, the private LLM server. And it says, I completely understand, and I'm glad you're being honest about what you want. It takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable, and so on. So the purpose is to copy and paste this inside of the dating app. Obviously, we want to have multiple conversations, so this is not enough. Here, it's only one conversation at a time. So we need to create the user interface for all the different conversations with the name of the person associated to it. So that's what we're going to be doing here. But so far, it's working great. I'm going to go inside of the main storyboard. And here, we should see the view controller. Perfect. So we do have the view controller that we had here. So what we're going to do is add a new view controller. You can click on the plus in the top right. And here, just look for view controller. There we go. So, by the way, this is one that you can add, or you can add a table view controller. I'm going to go with the table view controller, but you can do it to the view controller. You have to add the table yourself. Here, the table view comes with the table, so that's probably better. Let's just drag and drop this in the front. And what we need is a prototype cell. So we need to work on the prototype cell. And whenever we click on one of those cells, which would be the conversations, it would open the view controller with the history of that conversation that we open. So having said that, that's the first step. What we want to do next, we can already start creating the prototype cell. So I'm going to open the top right here because I'm going to work on the prototype cell. So I'm going to click on the cell here. As you can see, you see the table view cell, and I'm going to change a few things. You can go inside of the details. So here, that's some details about this. As you can see, it has a content view, and within that content, we can drag and drop a few things. But before we do so, let's take a look at the table view. So dynamic prototype, perfect. And we only want one prototype cell, which will be for each thread. Next thing we want is also the size of those. So if you keep on going, you can change a few things. By the way, feel free to change the user interface to your own likings. What I want to do for myself is do something simple that we can always improve later. So we want the functionality to be working first and then improve on it. All right, having said that, I just clicked on the table view cell, and inside of the content view, I'm going to add my own items. So I'm going to click on the plus sign. I'm going to add a UI label. All right, so I'm going to drag and drop that UI label here. And for example, that would be, let's say, the color of the thread. So remove the text and let's change the background color to, let's say, I'm going to use system orange for now. Okay, now give that a size. So I'm going to put it at 0, 0. So basically at the top left of the cell, and I'm going to put a width of 50 and a height of the max. Let's go with 100. That's too much, but you can drag and drop it manually depending on the size of the thread. So I'm just going to drop it here. Okay, this one is 44, so that will do for now. So the thread is 44 pixel high. All right, and now what I'm going to do is click on the add new constraints for that label, and I'm going to add a 0, 0, so it's hooked to the top left corner, and I'm going to put a width of 50 and a height of 44, so it's basically stuck. Or Another thing you can do, you can give it a width of 50, but you can also anchor it to the bottom. So that's another way. So as you can see, I have 3 anchors and 50 of width. Add the 4 constraints. All right. As you can see, it started to mess with the rest because the content view also needs a height.